Ah, hoo, ha ha, hee hee. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Oh, I'm using the wrong avatar. Oh, well, I'll just keep the Helldivers one today. Hey, guys, it's me. It's Andy, Decayed Andy here. Pre-Moonbase 2 show. You might be like, hey, you're an hour late. I'm like, no. The clocks in the UK have gone forward an hour. Or backwards an hour. Whichever one it is. I'm here at the right time though, so it's okay for me. I've already used that wiggle. I need a different GIF. Hang on. Need to get the right GIF in the stream. It's important. I haven't used that one, but it does have a white background, so I can't really use it. What about the other ones? I don't think I've used this one. Yeah. Ravage saving soundwave. That'll do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not a lot of news this week. It's a news week, but man, I saw there were conventions going on. And I was like, oh, news? It's like, nah. Unless TFcon's just like hiding its news, because they showed like TFcon showed like oh, this is our dealer room. I'm like, that's very cool. Where's the third party stuff? Oh, there's not. At least it's not up yet on TFW, but whatever. I guess we could get into the show, talk about some Transformers poop, and then do, all the things that we do after we're not listening to Moonbase 2. That's what we can do. Oh, look at that little rhyme. I'm smart. Oh, am I a smart little sausage? All right, let's play some... Hang on, let's get the thingy on screen first and then play some fucking Muzak. That's the one. Okay! Music time.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. It's me, Andy, Decayed Andy, here for the news week. The week of news. Or 2 weeks of news, as is the format of the show these days. There has not been a lot. It's been quiet on the Western Wall, shall we say. But there's a few bits that we can talk about and hopefully have fun with. I tell you what I didn't do, chat, and listeners at home, which I'll do right now. I didn't check to see if Show Z had any new stuff up, because if they do, oh boy, that's obviously stuff we can talk about now, isn't it? Okay, so that's new. That is new. That's very impressive. That's new. I don't know enough, so we'll say no to that. Is that a Transformer? That's new. Okay, so there's a few things that haven't been reported that we can talk about. Should we start? No, we'll start off with the crappy news. Crappy news. At least I consider it crappy news. You might be really excited by this, you big meathead listener, you gym-going lad or lady. This is the Transformers, officially licensed Transformers protein powder by Core... It's a nutrition company of some description. So, in 2024, apparently, that was 5 years ago, or 1 year ago, depending on how time flows for you, they had a previously released a similar product featuring Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Megatron evergreen artwork, and a collectible die-cast figurine, which clearly we didn't talk about on the show, at least not that I remember. And now they have announced new flavors and presentation, adding Starscream in the packaging. Read on for the details, which I shall do. So, the most dangerous flavor in the galaxy has landed. Bum bum. The newest flavor collab with X Transformers is here. Starscream brings the Decepticon-level power to every mission and workout. Bum bum. Protron whey powder. Whey powder? Whatever. Milk chocolate cookie and cookies and cream. Bum bum. Energon pre-workout grape lemonade. Bum bum bum. All spark EAA plus hydration. What the fuck is that? Grape lemonade again. Ba-na-na-na-na. Buy the full Starscream stack. What? Buy the full Starscream stack. That's what it says. Protron plus Energon plus Allspark and get free shipping and a free Starscream Perfect Shaker. For all you little strange little sausages out there that need a good old shaking. Plus 10% off all core X Transformer products for the next 14 days. Assume if you made the order. Bold flavor, ruthless performance. This is Starscream. Oh, that's loud. Let's not. Why isn't there like a pause button? Got a little thing going on. Yeah, let's pause that. That's way too loud. So, how do these well, it's hard to tell what the products look like. I guess the question is, do they taste good? And are they actually useful, or are they dog shit? Not being a meathead person, I would have no idea on these substances. Nor could I recommend them to you, the people. But they sure are Transformers branded. I'm not quite sure how Grape Lemonade really reflects Starscream's personality or personal growth through the Transformers history. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. But I'm not sure what that is. The chocolate and cookie is. Does Starscream scream? Cookies and cream. Ice cream Starscream. That okay? It would sound similar, so maybe that would work. Prime is a berry cheesecake. It's like a weird personality test, right? What sort of dessert are you? I'm a berry cheesecake, says Optimus Prime. Megatron says he is oh, Megatron's cookies and cream. Is that right? Cookies and cream. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Cookies and cream. So what's the difference between... Oh, right. Okay, Starscream is milk chocolate cookies and cream, while Megatron, this is the big defining thing, is just cookies and cream. Silly me. What an obvious mistake to make. While Bumblebee is vanilla honey Graham. What's Graham got to do with this? I get the vanilla and honey part, but I've never tasted any of my friends in the past who were once called Graham. So I'm not quite sure what that flavor is. But there you go. If you want to make some sick gains, potentially, maybe. It does say it's for 18 plus, so that's good. That's at least responsible. If you have used said product, you could let me know if it's actually good comparative to other protein powdery woo-woo, or if it's just like a cheap marketing gimmick, which I assume it probably is. Because surely the good stuff is just relying on like, hey, our product is good, you will get buff, you will lose weight. While this is, but also Transformers in a really light coating, I suppose. But there you go. That's your crap. Let's go to Show Z, because there's the stuff here to talk about first, I suppose. So Magic Square have their coming out soon of the MS-07 Space, which is their blast off. I think this is the Masterpiece scale stuff. I'm going to assume it is. It looks like it is. That's right, because I'm sure Magic Square has already released their like Legend scale figures. And now you'll be able to... Yeah, this is definitely the Masterpiece scale. They just scaled them up to be Masterpiece styled. I think they might have improved bits of articulation, but he looked good. He definitely looked good. But yeah, Magic Square does have good-looking figures. They're usually the cheaper to the New Age toys versions. Oh, the Bruticus is okay, isn't he? They show the combined mode, so it's not too bad. It looks a little bit thin in the leg, you know, a little bit proportionally. The legs are a little bit on the skinnier side than I think maybe they should be, but obviously it's not a huge deal. Now, Bruticus is fingering, I guess, the Legend scale Optimus Prime. Is that right? The Magic Square one? That would make sense. I don't recognize it otherwise. It's a handsome team. If you're like, hey, I like the Magic Square Legends one, but gosh darn it, I wish he was Bigelow. Well, this is a way to get him Bigelow. Is this a Transformer? Is this just a vehicle for G.I. Joes? I think this is just a G.I. Joe vehicle. Okay, well, I don't need to talk about that then. I've talked about that. Talking about that in a moment. So, Gear Factory, which I think has been under another name before at some point. Is it Gear Factory? Let's double check. Yeah, I'm 90% sure. Okay, so Gear Factory previously released their Gear Factory Wanderer Warrior Wheeljack, which was basically just the RID Transformers Prime figure Wheeljack, but I think he came in a nicer paint scheme. Maybe the plastic quality was better, but he was effectively just a re-release of that figure. Yeah, it does have more paint apps on it, and it does have the correct head and a masked head as well, because the original toy didn't come with a unmasked head. So they previously did him, and now he's coming. They are doing the Gear Factory Gale TFP AM22 Dreadwing modified version. What does the modified version mean? Well, that's a great question, and I'm not going to tell you. I know, but I choose to hide that from you. So you can find out on your own. Yep, that's how that goes. So it is looking like it is going to be the exact same mold once again as the previous figure, which obviously was the Dreadwind and Skyquake figure, where they had rubbery tipped wings, they had rubbery knee pads, they had a rubbery head. I assume, but obviously can't tell from these images, I assume those are going to be gotten rid of and changed. We have a gray prototype at the moment, so hard to say. These figures also came with anus weapons, and by that I mean weapons that came out of their ass. That's not true, though. What they came with was, if you got the American version of the toy, you had the crappy, like, Dark of the Moon automorph weapon thing where you pulled a trigger and it would unfold out. Or if you got the Japanese version, you would get a weird minicon that maybe kind of looked like the weapon, but also at the same time, not really. This version obviously now comes with his underslung cannon, let's say, and a proper upscaled blade as well, which I assume will be better plastic quality. He seems to have two faces as well. There's a grimace face and a smirk face. It doesn't mention it, but you can see he's a little bit more angry as he fists his cannon off of his back. It's hard to tell if there's any other strange things. Oh, he comes with two swords. My bad. There's another thing. And it looks like he comes with his little shuriken bomb things. He's getting them as well with the figure. He's still going to be a very fat, pudgy little boy on the inside of his jet mode. That was an issue with the figure's overall design. But again, I don't know if there's any significant changes. They also showed the Gatling gun for Skyquake, so but I think it's fair to say that they're probably going to repaint this figure and do Skyquake out of him as well, because if they've already got the sword and they've already literally made the Gatling gun, why wouldn't you? So again, I wonder if there is going to be anything significantly different. Maybe that's right. That's a good point, Brain. I'm looking at a picture of someone's put up the old. I think this is the Japanese version, to be fair. I'm wondering if they will get rid of the weird translucent plastic that was in his forearms for no real reason. But that was a thing that they did even in Japan. So maybe they'll get rid of that. Let's have a look. He's still got the circular elbow joint. But it looks like, he probably won't have the translucent plastic in the forearms at least. And I'm assuming the disc for the elbow joint is going to be solid plastic as well. Again, because this is a prototype, it's hard to... Ooh. Look at his toes. So the original figure obviously had no ankle joints. This has no ankle joints, but it looks like... Unless mine can do this and I've just never figured it out till looking at this image. It seems like his big toe that comes out the front of his foot has a cut in it, so you can rotate it left and right, so you can get a sort of ankle joint. Not really, but a little bit more articulation. It looks like that's going to be a thing. Oh! I've just noticed a pin running through his fingers as well. his knuckles, which I imagine would hurt like a bitch. But it looks like he's got like a pin going through his knuckles, so I'm guessing his hand will be able to open and close for not much more dramatic posability, but I guess a little bit of. So yeah, because the original figure, I think his hand was pretty much always open. It was one of those things where you just kind of slotted the weapon in. But now you'll be able to close the knuckles up and maybe make it look a bit better, him holding weapons and stuff. So it looks like there will be a few minor upgrades, maybe. Again, prototype. Don't want to say definitely for sure because things can change. But it seems like there are a few little bits here and there. So that's cool. That's cool. And again, if you didn't get Skyquake or you didn't get Dreadwind and you want to, this will be a way to do it. So, woo! That's neat. Toy Galaxies are doing two versions of this figure, the Mini 06G and the Mini 06L. It's Beachcomber. One's shown in brown, like prototype brown. One's shown it in his G2 colors. So let's look at the G2 colors one since it's being colored. Any information on this? It's from Xiao Bang Bang. Galaxy Toys. Yeah. Galaxy Toys Mini 06L Xiao Bang Bang. Beachcomber. Guess that's his name. No info on his height. So it's hard to judge on that aspect. It looks like a not as good version of a New Age Toys. Like he's got that hinge in his waist so he can kind of have an abacrunch that looks a little bit on the awkward side. He has hip skirts, but it's a singular hip skirt, which is a very like Hasbro way to do a hip skirt, which is not what I would recommend if you're going to be a third party. Those boys should be separate. He should be able to move his legs and his skirt goes independent of them. That's what I say to that. Let's see if there's anything else particularly sexy about him. He's got quite a little squished little Beachcomber buggy mode, which looks, I get, like the original toy, which was obviously quite a little squat boy. There's not a lot to roll on here. Roll. Very good. I'm guessing it's not very big, but I'm not really sure. Again, just because there's no information, it's shown us the images, but in terms of info, it's pretty light. XL Hedge says, did they fix the wing hinges on the backpack? Because that's what broke on my original Dreadwing wing. Well, again, they give you no info. Just looking at the images, XL Hedge here. His wings clearly have the hinge on them when I can find an image of the plane. They still have the hinges, but I don't want to say like they won't break. I don't know. I'm gonna jinx myself. Mine hasn't broken, and I hope it never do. I got the Japanese one, so maybe it was a bit more secure, I suppose. But yeah, again, more information will come out on the Dreadwing, obviously, as time rolls on, as things ever do. No info on when we'll hear from it either. So this is kind of cool. New Age Toys are doing the H75 Wyatt Wreck-Gar. Woo! So I think this is neat because, well, we don't get a lot of Wreck-Gars. Not really. In like, do we get a lot of Wreck-Gars? No. No, I don't think so. For third party, especially for legendary or legend scale third party figures, like Wreck-Gar's not one that jumps to my mind and I go, oh yeah, we've had hundreds of Wreck-Gars. Oh, we need more Optimus Primes compared to Wreck-Gars. That's what we need more of. That's definitely not the case. At least I don't think it is. Again, New Age does very complex, very legend scale kind of figures. It shows a Wreck-Gar riding a Wreck-Gar. Whether that means that we'll probably get, at least a couple of Wreck-Gars out of this mold. So let's see. You could get the standard cartoon version, which will be the first release. The toy version, which will look ass. I assume the comic version will probably be a thing. I assume that his comic colors are probably weird and wobbly. There'll probably be a metallic version. A shiny glass version, they could probably squeeze something out, put them in like black and purple, because that's really lame and easy. Oh, there was a shiny glass Wreck-Gar. And because they did yes, I remember. Ooh, I remember, chat. My brain, it's actually working today. I'm sure the BotCon Shatterglass that from whatever year that BotCon did Shatterglass, I'm pretty sure the add-on stuff that you got your box and then you bought add-on stuff. I think the add-on was the 3 set of Rekgars of that time period, with which were the generation figures. But maybe they had new heads, maybe they didn't have new heads, and they were done into the Insecticon colors, which were obviously black and purple. So that's what they'll do. So you might get an Insecticon head with the Shattered Glass Rekgar. Again, don't hold me to that. I'm just throwing out ideas, things that at least to me make sense, because to me that makes sense as something that could possibly happen. He comes with his, at least we can see here, he comes with 2 guns potentially, his wheel shield, and his weird spinny axe thingamabob. Other than that, there's not a lot to go on here. They're just showing the one face at the moment. We've only literally got 3 images. A back shot so you can see that booty. Does he have the what the kids say, the gyat? Does he have that fat gyat? From the front with his giant nipples. I remember when someone pointed out to me that his gun nipples were a thing, and I was like, oh, well, I can never unsee that. Thank you. I hope he can't be milked for energon through them. Yeah, the other image is just him sitting astride himself. So there you go. Rekgar, he becoming. Again, if you're a new age person, this will be good news for you. Next up, we have Kang Toys have shown more of their stuff, or rather specifically one more of their things, which was the TA Hilo, Hylo, 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 Peter Howl, Peterhowl, Peter Howl, if that's how you say it. So this is their Generation Select Chug style swoop. We talked about the other ones previously, so this is the swoop one. He's a pterodactyl, magic robot pterodactyl. I don't know, he's fancy. Zoidy, it's the way. This one's why do you measure it things like this? 180 millimeters. Yes, scale we always use, millimeters. We don't use centimeters nor inches. Yes, of course. As with the rest of these things, very fancy color scheme, very let's not say interesting, because some people might not find it interesting. Very unique design to it. If you like Zoids, this will be down your alley. If you think Zoids are lame and smell like poo, this might not do it for you, or it might get you on the Zoids train, if there is such a train. I don't know if there's I don't think Zoids is a big deal, at least for the West. I think it's moderately big in Japan, I think. I don't think it's very big in the West, though, right? I don't think so. Regardless, we get to see Swoop with the swords. Do we see one with his counterpart? Him in his pterodactyl mode, the arm mode, the fancy hand, which is a spider, him with his buddies. Well, we don't have him with his bigger or smaller counterpart, though. Oh, that's interesting. Well, fine. I didn't want to see that anyway. This is the rendition of the Kang Toys Masterpiece one. Okay. Now, so now in a smaller size with some modifications to work better at this scale. So there are minor changes to the figure just so it works, instead of being Masterpiece scale, that works at the smaller scale. What those are, it doesn't list what those are, so can't really say too much about it, to be honest. But it's another one off the list. I can't imagine there are too many more left to go through before it's done. Laser Cat, who are they? That's a great question. Let's go to Show Z. Who are Laser Cat? They're not called Laser Cat. Where did you get the name TFW? It says maybe that's the name of the figure. It's a figure called Laser Cat. TFW. What is this? Story reads as Laser Cat JGM -Q03 Off-Roader Pathfinder. Which is a super deformed Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. We've got clear renders of this. So if we go over to Shozi, it reads as Ji Guangmong Mao. I don't know. toys, the JGM, which makes more sense why it's called like that. The off-road Pathfinder Bumblebee. Okay, there we go. Do we have info on when he's coming? No, but we do have images of the. Well, we have 2 images. We have. It seems like CAD renders of him in his little car mode and him in his little robot mode. Does Shozy show more than that? No, they do not. They do not do that. I will say I like the car mode. The car mode's very, very cute. What's it look like? It looks like a car that Mickey Mouse would drive, right? So it's got a really big like car area where you would sit in, but the actual front of the car is really squished and small, and it's all very curved edges, like something from Toon World. Toon World is in Mickey Mouse's Toon World rather than any other kind of Toon Worlds. The robot looks like a generic kind of SD Bumblebee figure from the movies. Like he's got a big head and then he's got a little big feet and little tiny arms, etc., etc. Nothing crazy that you haven't seen before. But I think the vehicle mode's probably the standout part because I don't think I've seen super deformed vehicles done in that kind of style. So I think that looks good. The robot looks just like something you've always seen, you know, nothing too crazy. However, what else have they done? Oh, they've done quite a few. They've done a movie Optimus Prime of some description. They've done a what's this one? They've done the Kitty Party Mini Azura Dino King set, which was well, it probably you can guess it's Dino King Volcanicus with all of the oh my god, they have really fucking weird faces with all of the Dinobots, but they all have like weird, creepy baby faces. It's kind of not Volcanicus doesn't, but like Snarl has a oh no, I dropped my ice cream face, and I think this is Sludge. Sludge has the look of no, you're not allowed any more ice cream kind of face, and you're going, oh fuck. So it's they're kind of. It's a little bit ugly, to be fair. Axel Hedge says, show Z through double daggers short on YouTube teasers, the oversized MPP10 and the color prototype. What? I don't understand. I'm sorry. They also have done a Optimus Primal. This is on pre-order. Are there any shots of this? No, these are CADs. So that's not out. Oh, they're doing the Devastate. I'm stupid. The Bruticus figure. I remember talking about this. I think a while ago. Maybe they don't show a lot of images of it though. So they're doing the Kitty Party. So I guess the Kitty Party is a line of their combiners where they make the combiners in individual robot mode look like babies for some weird reason. So it's a style. There's also doing a Beast Wars Megatron in a super deformed style. That looks pretty neat. These are real photos as well. You know, the little baby T-Rex looks actually pretty cute. That looks pretty good. Megatron also has his hunting gun and his rubber ducky attached to the hunting gun on a little chain. That's a nice little feature. Nothing crazy. The T-Rex mode looks very cute as they've got it sat down very awkwardly. It looks like an ugly baby. It's so far their best figure from the list so far. It seems maybe their animal like Beast Wars stuff will be better than their the quote unquote realer stuff. They're also doing a Superion because everyone's got to do that boring fuck, I suppose. But yeah, they're doing Superion. Do we see any creepy baby faces on the aerial bots? Doesn't look like the aerial bots have creepy baby faces. Was it just Volcanicus that got the creepy baby faces? Well, let's check out Predaking because they did a Predaking as well. Did? Yes, they have. Okay, so if you want the Predaking, it's actually out. It's available now on Shozy, not sponsored. For £75. I could check to see what that is in dollars, but I don't care. That's for you to do. Come on, show us some images of the... No, it looks like Predaking's got some weird, creepy baby faces on them too. Yeah, they look like little toddlers with attitude, which kind of puts me off. I'm like, ugh, I don't like children. But I guess they look, the ones that have visors and mouth plates, they look nice, for what they are. I think the Megatron might look better, to be fair. And there's another movie, Optimus Prime. Okay, so they have done a few things. And the standard Optimus Prime is £45. So I'm guessing like the Megatron, Beast Machine's Megatron, the Rise of the Beast Primal, etc., etc. I'm guessing most of those will probably be around $45 as well. That seems like a solid guess. XLHead says, imagine Disney labeled Donald Duck alt mode for SD Bumblebee. Ah, okay. All right, fair play. But that's, again, I don't know where they got the Lasercat name from here, but because it says Chinese company Lasercat. That's not their name. At least according to Shozi. So, TF Source showed off the MTRC. MTRC, yep. Number 13, Ice Scream. Yep. So, let me read the blurb on this. It says, TF Source and Make Toys are excited to present an exclusive collector's dream. Collector's dream should have been in quotations. TFcon Chicago, MTR C13, Ice Scream. Yep. As part of the Make Toys Colorverse Recolor. What the hell does that mean? The Colorverse Recolor series. So repaints? Ice Scream. Yeah. Is a captivating figure with only 150 pieces worldwide, because not many people want it. Each individually numbered for true exclusivity, so no one can make dupes of these ones. Quote unquote. This is a limited edition released, is a must for all collectors for some reason. So what is this? This is a Starscream that looks like a prototype, so it's the mold that they've used many times before. But he is in primarily white. His wings have splodges of a beige-ish color on him. His face is dark gray, almost the same dark gray as his like helmet. His cockpit is translucent purple, and then he's got baby blue on him as well. He's incredibly uninteresting. This looks like a prototype, right? That's how I would best describe this color scheme. This is the color scheme you'd use on a figure to be like, we don't want to show what like Starscream or Thundercrack or Skywarp look like. We don't want to give you that idea, but here is what the rough like injected mold colors are on this figure. And you go, oh, okay, yeah, the mold looks neat. I'm glad we're not going to get that color scheme. Yeah. Mr. White says, just make a gummy version, and at least we can get some use from it. So you say that, but you know what the gummy version would be, Mr. White? It would just be a translucent version. And then you'd be like, the monkey's paw finger has curled once again, I see. Thank you. Thank you, monkey's paw. I'm so glad to have you here. It spouts all this stuff about this being a collector's item and people will want it. And I'm like, who would will 150 people want this? I guess there'll be those people who are like elbow deep, shoulder deep in Make Toys. And I go, okay, fine. The people that are in deep, fine, okay, whatever. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think, like, to a general audience, like, to people in chat, would any of you, like, look at this figure and be like, yes, please, I'm gagging for it. It looks so sexual and good. I mean, if you do that, stop. Get some help. Get some help. I mean, if you like it, you like it. But it's just, I don't see what the joy is here. I really don't. TFcon Chicago 2025 exclusive. Oh dear. It is the Ocular Max Megalith. If these have been exclusive to this point, fair enough. Rough if you want the full set for Ruination, but there you go. Ocular Max presents Megalith, which is the final piece of their mighty Everesy. The Everesy, which is not what it's called, but we're going to say it's the Everesy combiner from the acclaimed Ocular. Wow, acclaimed. Acclaimed by whom? Fans, I suppose. From the acclaimed Ocular Max, all built-in series. It's all on the inside, baby. That's what I've told my girlfriends previously when they've seen me without my trousers on. It's all on the inside. Don't worry about it. Standing 10.75 inches tall, ladies. Megalith features articulation and combines with the rest of the team, which is not a huge surprise, but this is also not a surprise, sold separately from this series. It was available, or is available, at TFcon Chicago for 180 US dollary dues, or £500, I presume, in today's market. 24th to the 26th, so if you don't get it today, go fuck yourself. It's over. The dream is dead. I think we've talked about these things before. I didn't realize, I didn't realize that these were exclusive, so imagine you only went to one event, and you got one of these figures, and you're like, man, I can't wait to get the rest of them. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I don't know, making a combiner an exclusive over multiple like conventions just feels like a recipe for just don't get into it unless you know you can guarantee your place at these conventions and that you can also guarantee that you will get these. It seems like a risky business strategy for a consumer, at least to me. Mr. White says, I'd rather have a completely unpainted piece that would allow us to paint the finish ourselves than this sort of minimal paint job. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Excel Head says, maybe in person if I was in the mood for con souvenirs. If I was in the mood for a con souvenir, I'd rather get like this guy though. The Megalith, which is for those who not aware, it's Onslaught. It's I can't remember his name from RID. It's Ruination's individual Onslaught dude. Mega Octane. That's his name. I remembered it. Mega Octane. It's Mega Octane. There we go. Woo, look at me go. Okay, also a TFcon is another fuck you to me, personally. But I'm used to it at this point from TFcon. And again, if I wanted the entire team, I would have been fucked because I couldn't have gone to Carnage Land or America World at all. So this is a 2025 exclusive. It's from Fans Hobby. It's MB-08B Helmsman. So Helmsman is, of course, Skyquake, rocking his cool Skyquake head and his cool Skyquake colors. They have only got one image. Is there better images of this Lado? But let's have a look. Let's click on some stinky linkies and maybe they'll have some better images of Skyquack. Exclusives? There we go. I don't know why TFW, why didn't you put the rest of these images up? So yeah, Skyquake is using the Overlord mold, which I guess makes sense because when you look at the ship part, the mega part of Overlord, he does have the jet that's similar-ish to Skyquake's big plane mode. They've even got the eyes on. I'm assuming there's probably the mouth detail on the underside of the nose cone as well. It's not perfect, but it's an okay attempt to do it. The tank's definitely there. The tank's like, yeah, he's also a tank too, and you go, yeah, he's okay. He can also turn into a base mode, and again, that's very much a, yeah, well, the mold can do it, so yeah, whatever. And they've already made the mold for the fancy Predator jet missile, so they've just kind of thrown those in there as well. I don't know if they've added anything else, but the Mega and Giga are there just repainted into different colors. It's not a huge amount to say. It is nice to see something. Oh, they have made the boob flaps. Let's call him as boob flaps, right? His boob flaps have been done so they're not overlordy, but they are translucent and a bit brown on the side of them as well, to try and give the illusion of that like giant square translucent piece of plastic in the original figures, for the whole weird gimmick that figure had. They've replicated that pretty well. Again, this isn't a bad figure. This is good. I don't think this is the best. I think the other figures have from the Predator line have done a little bit better doing this, just purely on the basis that they were jets. They were just a jet figure, and for the most part, they kind of worked for the rest of the Predator jets. This is, again, the best you can do with just repainting and doing a little bit of tweaking here and there. This would have been expensive because it's a big figure. To say how much? This would be priced at $280. So yeah, or a handy one around the back corner, I suppose. Limited to 600 pieces worldwide. But shipping is an absolute ass from America Will, so yeah, good luck with that. Oculamax Megalith. Oh no, this is Megalith, my bad. There's not much information on the Hellsman, but it's just a repaint, so what you're going to do. But yeah, all right. Fun times. Fun times at TFcon Chicago, which is now over, or nearly over. No, it has to be over. It's 10 o'clock here. So America World, the convention has to be over by now. Audley. I always want to say audible when I see this. Audley, Transformers Alpha Action Elite Select series, the AAE-S are doing the Shattered Glass stuff now. So they're doing the Shattered Glass Megatron and Starscream. Axel Hedge also says, please Hasbro, skip the G2 repaints on the upcoming Bruticus and just do Ruination. No, I disagree. I disagree. I like the G2 version. That's my preferred version. So no, fuck you. I'm going to take my ball and go home, Axel Hedge. So these figures, I think, are just purely action figure-y kind of doodads in that vein that we've seen before. Oh, they've got some nice images. They've got a good image of like the really awful color scheme, color scheme, if I could talk. Shattered Glass Starscream slicing through, what's his name? It's not Reflector. What's his name? Black Preceptor. We'll just go with that. I can't remember his name. It's something stupid. Someone will put it in chat and be like, fuck, it's that. Yeah, obviously that. Yeah, they've got some nice photos here. It's really well, like, photoshopped and whatnot. But, yeah, well, there you go. To be honest, I don't know how good these things are. I just say these are on blind boxes. These are on blind boxes. On blind, on dash blind. I don't know what an on blind box is. I know what blind boxes are. What's the on dash at the front of that mean? I don't know. Does that mean they're in a blind box, but there's a hole in them where you can see them? Shouldn't it just be blind box? Whatever. I'm getting hung up on it. With special premium finish and additional parts and accessories compared to the regular Alpha Action Elite series. So these are a little bit more fancy, which I guess is what the selling point, because these are Shattered Glass, so they're going to try and push it on you. I'm guessing we've already had the Soundwave. I think we have. That sounds familiar. But the Megatron and Starscream are new, I guess. Maybe the Optimus Prime and Bumblebee Shattered Glass ones are new as well, or old. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Mr. White says, Shattered Glass Megs using a vape for a weapon. What? Oh, yeah, it kind of does look like a vape. Oh, no. He's going to get robot lung cancer, or worse. He's going to have that really obnoxious fucking smell, right? Because whenever I'm unlucky enough to walk behind someone who's just tooting out like a chimney, it's always the disgusting cherry-flavored stuff or the candy-flavored stuff. And it makes me want to vomit. I'm like, ugh. And it always comes in a gigantic cloud. The only thing I wish is if it was just a pink cloud or something, so I could be like, ah, rather than just the standard gray cloud, or even worse, the silent cloud, cloud, which you can't even see. Rancid peach smell. Yeah, it all fucking smells gross. You know what? I was gonna say I might like the smell of tobacco more. That's not true. I tell you, the smell of a kind of tobacco I like the most. I don't know what it is because I don't smoke and have never smoked. It's like the proper pipe smoke. I think that's the kind of pipe smoke where I've smelt it before and being like, oh, that's not, I don't like it, but I'm like, compared to like a cigarette, I'm like, that doesn't smell too bad. That smells okay. I'm like, yeah, okay. Smells like old people, because old people would smoke those kind of things. I'm like, okay, there you go. That's what I prefer. But yeah, Megatron, don't be vaping. You're meant to be a good guy. Transformers X Evangelion Great Prototype. They showed some new images. So not really a huge amount here, but they kind of featured more the Ava Berserk face mode a little bit more. So you have normal Optimus Prime, in quotations, and then you have the Berserk mode. So the main difference is, have they done a huge amount here? I think it's just the Ava face. I don't think anything else kind of transpires with this robot mode. I don't think. It's hard to gauge when you look at like a gray prototype next to a gray prototype and you're like, these are different. It's like, is there anything else different apart from the head? Or is it just the head? Either way, as I've said before, this is a much more interesting figure than I thought it was ever going to be. So I'll give him that. And it'll probably look quite nice because purple and black and green will definitely look good. The worst thing they could do here, and I don't think they're gonna, the worst thing they could do is color it as Optimus Prime. If they color it as an Evangelion, as Eva 01, it'll look good. If they color it like Optimus Prime, it'll be lame. 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 Is there anything else on here for the mode? 2 prototypes by the exhibit showing the Prime Berserker head, as well as the weapons, which we've seen before. And that was it. Yeah, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting out of me for that one. Also at this Takara weird event, Excel Head says, get in the truck, Shinji. Yeah, exactly. Get in the truck. Get in the truck, Spike. Spike, what are you doing to Carly? Oh, no. Oh, Carly, no. No. Takara show off Overgear, Ironhide, and Blackout. So let's read about this. I think I remember talking about this a while ago. I think we saw silhouettes for these guys. But now we have some images for them. So Overgear is the line in Japan, and then one's Ironhide and one is Blackout. So the Ironhide figure, the design of these looks pretty interesting. It's Ironhide, like when I say kind of movie-esque, I mean that because he has the front of his truck mode has been split down the middle, and half have been put on his shoulders, very much like the movie Ironhide. He does not have cow head, though. Moo cow face is not here, so that's good. He has a lot of detail on him, but he also has things like an explosive on his shin. Sorry, I don't mean an explosive. I mean something maybe as bad. I mean a gas canister. You know what you should never carry around on your body if you're going to war and people are shooting at you? A gas canister. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a wuss. I think this also on the same shin as the as the petrol thing. I think this is an ammo box on his shin, like a human ammo box. So he's got like a canteen of petrol next to an ammo box on his legs. See, it seems dangerous. Seems dangerous. I mean, to be fair to a Transformer, a little canister of gasoline is probably like a little juice box, right? It's like a little box of Ribena or a Tropicana. The ammo box seems a bit unwise, though. XL Head says, giving Michael Bay Transformers new designs is very interesting. Is that what this line's meant to be? Because I definitely think this is an improved look for Ironhide. I think, did they show a close-up of the vehicle? They don't. For some reason, they don't show the vehicle most desperately well. But you can kind of see Ironhide down here. And it does look a little bit like, again, movie Ironhide's car mode. But, oh, sorry, truck mode. But it looks a bit more Mad Maxy as the window screen's got the metal grates over the top. He also has a fuck-off giant minigun on top of his truck mode. And also is rocking 6 wheels rather than 4. Because an extra pair is always pretty cool, to be honest. I love the little scenery boards that they're on. We've got like a helicopter, sorry, an Air Force hangar unit kind of place, and Ironhide's hanging out in the apocalypse, I suppose. So unfortunate for him. Blackout, however, looks a lot more like what I would consider World to be honest. Interesting enough. I'm not a big fan of like the wings just hanging off his shoulders. I kind of wish they did something, I don't know, with them, either transform them a little bit or whatnot. He seems, in my eyes, a little bit more messy in terms of just like bits on him. Like Ironhide is, yeah, he's got shit on his legs, right? But he doesn't have the giant wings hanging off of his off his shoulders. He's got two giant bits of truck on his shoulders, but they're not hanging off. They're just, the part of the silhouette. I guess you could say that here. I don't think I phrased that well. Hopefully, you know what I mean. Blackout has the cockpit just launched out of his chest as well. They haven't really smoothed it down or integrated it desperately well. It's just the cockpit's there. It's almost like this would be like a G.I. Joe crossover toy, so you can't touch the cockpit, would be the design kind of aesthetic there. Don't touch the cockpit because it has to have a G.I. Joe sat inside, so we've just got to have it coming out of his boob. And that's how it feels here a little bit. I don't mind his gigantic flat feet, fine. I think the rotor blade being on the side of his leg and having gigantic pointy knees as well. Again, it makes the robot mode look a little bit on the messy side. Maybe it'll look better when it's colored, obviously, but it looks quite bitty. And he's also got the rotor blade cape, I think. It looks like he does. I don't mind that. I think that's an interesting part of Blackout. If you could remove the shoulders, the shoulder wings, which house the missiles and the SAM missile spam thing as well, the big missiles, the small missiles as well, maybe that would help a little bit. I'm not sure. But they're interesting, at least. They're I guess maybe a Japanese take on the movie designs. Is that what it is? And yeah, pushing them towards G1. So my hope for these figures are Ironhide's not just black in terms of his color scheme, which would be very similar to the movie. I hope not, because that would be boring. Because also, that would mean that Blackout would have to be gray. So your first two figures would be a black figure and a gray figure. And that's at least not desperately exciting for a lineup. You usually, I would say you usually want maybe opposing colors, or at least colors that kind of pop next to each other, rather than colors that look the same. Colors that look the same. I don't know. Be interested to see what these are like. Apparently, they're coming out next year at some point. I don't think like early. I would imagine like spring, summertime, right? Probably. Yeah. We also got shown as well the MPMN Masterpiece. I don't know what the M and N stand for, but we got to see some more images of their Sideswipe figure from Revenge of the Fallen. We only got the one image clearly, but he looks good. It looks like he might come with like some dash effects parts or smoke effects parts for like his little wheels grinding on the floor. Hopefully he'll be able to stand without those, because he does have wheels for feet. It's quite a wide shot as well, so it's really hard to see the close-up details of the figure, and it would be nice to see the car mode as well. And also would have been nice to see the back of the figure. You've got some renders on the side to the right of him, but they're not really in focus either, so it's not a huge amount you can look at here. Oh, Transformers. Oh, MS movie series. I'm stupid. Okay, movie series. That makes sense. So, the only thing we got from London, the MCM, the only new thing that we got, because everything else was really shown, we got a reveal for the other half of the Timelines figures, which was previously we saw Bumblebee, sorry, not Bumblebee, we saw Starscream as a burb, a ninja burb, and we saw Optimus Prime as a cowman. Oxcart. Now we get to see Bumblebee as a flying squirrel and Megatron as a pig. So I wasn't too thrilled by the Optimus Prime and the Bumblebee. I'm not desperately thrilled by the Megatron and Bumblebee. Sorry, Optimus Prime and Starscream, Megatron and Bumblebee. I'm not desperately thrilled with these. I think they're hampered by trying to make them G1-ish is maybe the best way to phrase it. There are elements here that I think are interesting, but again, I think they're hampered by like their color schemes as well. Bumblebee's works okay as like yellow and black for a kind of ninja, but I think having Megatron as this like clearly he's meant to be an Oni of some kind, because he's got like the tusk teeth and like points like horns on top of his helmet. So I think they're going for that kind of look. Samurai Oni-esque style look. And his fusion cannon is clearly meant to look like the classic like Oni mace weapon, the big stick that has the points on the end of it. I don't think are they points? Yeah, I think they're usually points. I can't remember if they sometimes are bells or something. I don't know. There's just something about the Megatron look. I don't like the color scheme on it. I think that's it. I don't think the color scheme works for that Megatron. I think it's been hammered. I think if you colored it in a different way, it might look a bit more appealing. This is a weird wave of figures. Because for timelines, you could do anything. You could make up characters because these are for the fans. So I don't think you'd have to make it dedicated to Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Megatron, which is what the previous line was. That one made sense because that was based off of Hearts of Steel. So those were the characters that were there. So that's what they worked with. That's fine. As far as I'm aware, these are completely new. I have not seen any media for these at all. So you had free range to do anything you liked. You could color them any way you liked. And you've just made them G1, but with a weird Japanese twist to them. I don't know. I think you could have done anything. You could have done that would have been neat for the flying squirrel. Although it wouldn't have been great, you could have done Darkscream from RID, right? You could have done that. I still think that looking at the flying squirrel, it would have looked rough. I don't think it looks like a great transformer, but it's something you could have done, right? You could have made Pig Megatron into Razor Beast, something like that. I don't know. I think this is a very bizarre line. I'm not sure how well this will sell. The trains, I think, have a bit more of an appeal because there is the small fan base who would have enjoyed Hearts of Steel and that kind of media. This feels like hey, you're a fucking weeb. Here's some Japanese shit. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. I guess maybe these will do well in Japan. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, again, these I feel are disappointing. They're not for me. Like, what are we gonna do? Like timelines, and they're all gonna be like ancient battleships. That could be quite interesting. But again, you'd be stuck with a Megatron, Starscream, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime, where you could do like Broadside and who are the other boat trans? Sea Spray, Tidal Wave, the one Micromaster boat dude from the rescue team. You could do him as a fancy like old school naval boat. Like when I'm saying old school naval boat, I mean like old, like sailing boats, like yar, I'm a pirate kind of boat kind of thing. That could be interesting. Maybe you could do like a steamboats, the old steamboat that you see in New Orleans, that kind of stereotypical boat. And then you could have the pirate ship boat, and then you could have like a standard military style boat from more modern times, stuff like that. You could do something neat with that. But again, I'd not go with Optimus Prime, Megatron, and stuff. I'd go for like, here's a cool take on these characters, and they'd be, oh, that's fun. I haven't seen Tidal Wave really ever get used outside of Armada, so okay. Oh, this random Micromaster, okay. I'm sure there's more like Decepticon boats. Oh, I don't think. Did they have the light? They probably don't have. If they got the license for it, they could probably do Captain Shark. That would be pretty fun. But then again, I don't think they can do Captain Shark. I think that's owned by Takara. Unfortunately, otherwise they'd repaint Skybite into Captain Shark, which would be pretty chic. They'd need to make a new head for it as well, though. But yeah, I'm not desperately thrilled on that. On this new wave of figures. They showed more images of these guys. The Bumblebee is really quite a freaking ugly little flying squirrel. In robot mode, it doesn't look as bad. Man, that squirrel mode is kind of rough. They also showed off the Age of the Primes Onslaught. So we get to see him in physical prototyping now, so how he will look in personage, because this will obviously, I can't talk. Obviously will be a Commander class figure. Excuse me. So we get to see his individual skirts, his back stuff turning into a quote-unquote battle platform, I suppose, which will obviously be the hips and all the other bits that you'll need to make Bruticus. They also showed, I guess they showed how, because there was two. There was a gray prototype and a blue prototype. The blue prototype had there's an image of it where it's like in vehicle mode, and I guess it shows you how the front of the truck detaches from the back of the truck or the trailer, whatever you have it. I assume in when you combine them together, like the wheels will kind of disappear and just kind of connect in there, rather than being like an Optimus Prime trailer. Or maybe I'm wrong, just looking at more images. No, I might be wrong. That's a shame. Okay, some weird images there of them holding it. But yeah, Onslaught looks like he'll be good. There is I will say though that for the forearm for Onslaught, there is you have the elbow joint, right, and then right below that there is a big black void. So he'll be able to do a very deep elbow bend, but there is just a hole there for when you've got his arms straightened out. So that to me seems like it's going to be ripe for, I don't know, Dr. Wu to do some sort of filler flap or something like that to cover that up. But that's quite egregious. Mr. White says, the blue prototype looks like the world's biggest bar, the biggest soap on rope. Yeah, it's to me, Mr. White, the color. Oh, is it? I was gonna say it looks like the blue that you get for stuff that you'd slap on the inside of your toilet, whether it's the goo that you kind of squirt in to get rid of limestone and piss stains, or it's duck, isn't it, where you get like this weird gel and you stomp it onto the inside of the toilet and it makes your toilet smell nice. It's that kind of blue to me, but I think that's a little bit darker blue than this kind of babyish blue. But you're not wrong with the soap. It does look soapy, ropey. Back-wise, it looks like he's going to have a bit of a backpack, but, he's got the backpack. So, again, a little bit gappy on the back of the figure. Not egregiously so, not to a terrible point. But again, it looks like it'll be fine. Looks like it'll be totally fine figure. Though, again, for 80 quid, 80 to 90 pounds, does he look that good? Well, that'll be for you to decide. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money, but I am here to tell you to donate to the Moonbase 2 podcast if you really want to via Streamlabs and be nice to me. That would be cool. But you don't have to, of course. And the last bit of news for the week. I thought that was Mr. White. It's not. It's some other person. The last bit of news for the week. Is that right? Yes, is Energon Universe adult animated series based on a comic from Hasbro and Sky. Oh, this is a long title. The title of the article reads Energon Universe adult animated series based on comic from Hasbro and Skybound with Joe Henderson and showrunner hitting TV marketplace. Why not just say Energon Universe animated series coming? ? That's it. And then you put the rest of the information in the story. Whatever. There's a big blurb here, so I can go through that. XLHead says, wish the just made a separate piece for Onslaught's cannons. A bit weird seeing them pop through the engine hood. I guess the reason they did that is because people are whining enough about the parts forming nature of Bruticus. Do you really think people would not complain even more if there was parts forming to Onslaught's cannons? That's I would assume. So let's read the blurb. This is a big thing from Deadline has confirmed a previous rumor. So this was a rumor that's apparently been confirmed. Okay, exclusive. Thank you, Goat. Robert Kirksman, Skybound Entertainment, has teamed up with Hasbro Entertainment to produce the Energon Universe. Weird name. An adult animated series having horrible flashbacks to other animated series for quote-unquote adults. Some of them are really fucking bad. An adult animated series based on comics of the same name, created by Kirkman. Joe Henderson, Lucifer. I don't think this guy's Lucifer. I think Lucifer has more hair. Lucifer, the TV show, I'm sure. I understand. I'm just being mean. Is attached to... Lucifer, I think I was around Lucifer for like 2 seasons and went, I'm good. I'm done with you. It's all right. Is attached to write the adaptation and serve as a showrunner on the series. An epic crossover of G.I. Joe, Transformers, and the other thing that no one cares as much about, Void Rivals, Mythology, which is expected to be taken out to buy. Which is expected to be taken out to buy shortly. So it's not confirmed. From the sounds of things, they're trying to put together a pitch. I'm guessing they're making a pitch and then they're going to try and sell that pitch to someone to pick it up. That's how I read that. I could be wrong. Despite featuring the family-friendly Hasbro characters, G.I. Joe and Transformers, the Energon Universe series will be broad with adult sensibility. Concerning. Does that mean they'll say shit and fuck? Will Prime be like, see, I want to get inside those little circuit boards, girl. I want you to download my firmware. Robot dicks. Sensibility in the vein of Kirkman's gritty adult animated series. Oh, there might be a lot of swearing because there's a lot of swearing in Invincible based on his comics. Invincible's fine. The animation gets really fucking bad sometimes though. Which has been a hit on Amazon, on Prime Videos, not Amazon Prime, just Prime Videos. Renewed for season 5, ahead of season 4, promoting Invincible. Blah, blah, blah. Kirkman, a Transformers and G.I. Joe fan since childhood. Won the comic book won. What do you mean he won? He paid for it. He got to spend money for it. Won the comic book publishing rights to. Yeah, we know what that is. He's got the thing. Blah blah blah. 2 years ago, Energon Universe has become one of Hasbro's best-selling comic lines ever. Is that true? Oh dear. With over 7 million combined units sold worldwide, it launched in 2023 with Void Rivals. That was followed by October 2023, blah, blah, blah. You're glazing yourself. We're very cool. I get it. Comic book and TV writer Henderson, previously showrunner on Listen. I told you that. I figured that out. His TV credits also include White Collar, which I've never heard of, and Almost Human, which I've also never heard of. Hasbro Entertainment slates include film, scripted, and unscripted Clue series. Are you just saying what Hasbro is? Yes, okay, so that's it. So not a huge amount of information. To me, as I read from that first bit, which seemed like the most important part, it sounds like they're putting together a pitch. They'll put it out to people and see who's interested, and then go from there. I don't know how it will work, whether they'll do the Energon universe as like one whole thing, or whether it will be like 3 different shows, right? Will there be the Transformers show? Will there be the G.I. Joe show? Will there be the Void Rivals show? Or will it just be one show where everything's just mushed together? There's a question for you. With how Hollywood is these days, as ever, I'm very skeptical. With how Void Rivals was, or the Energon universe was, at least until the reboot, because I don't know how the new writer's doing things. I was very skeptical, and man, oh no, that's what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna adapt all the stupid WWE wrestling moves, aren't they? They're gonna do that. Are they gonna have the stupid part, which I really fucking hated as well, where Prime somehow managed to sneak up and step on a deer, and then do the Iron Giant thing, but badly? Go watch the Iron Giant if you haven't seen that. Oh, just go and rewatch the Iron Giant. That's very good. Has anybody in chat? I don't think you have, but I'll ask now. Has anybody in chat seen the Del Toro Frankenstein movie? I looked to see if any of my local cinemas had it, and no, was the answer. It was meant to be a limited release, but I don't even know how limited it was in the UK. I hear that it's very good. I hear that it's very close to the book. Mary Shelley's original book, which makes me think of the Robert De Niro one, which I remember looking at in school and being like, this is quite good little book about Frankenstein. Frankenstein, not Frankenstein. But yeah, I hear that movie's meant to be in the similar like feel as Nosferatu. Not exactly the same, but that kind of like gothic vibe where you come out and you're like, oh, that was a good film. Wow, okay. Let me know, Chaz. Excelhead says, if the focus is on G.I. Joe and Transformers, I wonder how much trimming of the fat will make into the show. Doubt Cobra last stuff with... Well, that was a thing in the Energon universe? Oh, God. They haven't even been going... Hang on. G.I. Joe have already brought in Cobra La. Cobra La is something that you don't do for a while, right? Surely G.I. Joe has only had like 24-ish issues or something, maybe more. There's no way I would be like, yes, let's bring in the really weird, super out of place, wonky G.I. Joe stuff. And that's saying something. I wouldn't do that. That's like if they brought in Beast Wars now for Transformers, I'd be like, no, no. It's too weird. You do Cobra La either as like a weird little silly thing, like out of nowhere, you go, oh yeah, well for this like one special, we'll do Cobra La. Cobra La is not, in my eyes, not something I'd want to have hanging around trying to figure out how to justify because it's too weird. Unless you just make them aliens and you say they're void rival alien things, and that's how you kind of tie it in. And even then, I'd be like, oh man, Cobra La. It's a weird thing. Cobra La, like the G.I. Joe movie, oddly enough, is a little bit of what's it called? The Mountains of Madness. That's what it is. The H.P. Lovecraft story, Mountains of Madness. There's a little bit of that in the G.I. Joe movie. Not a huge amount, but you know, Cobra wanders the mountains and then discovers these weird insectoid outer worldly monsters from the past. You know, it's very Mountains of Madnessy. Especially with the like being the Cobra Commander being turned into a snake person. That's again kind of Lovecraftian, losing body horror kind of stuff. XL Head says G.I. Joe starts with Cobra La as part of the Cobra Commander's backstory. No, he's just a man. He's not a snake man. He's just a man. That was the worst part of the G.I. Joe movie. Is like, yes, Cobra Commander's a weird blue person. No, that's why he's always in shadow and always wears a mask, because he's actually a weird blue man from the North Pole. Yes. I was like, no, that's stupid. I enjoy the G.I. Joe movie. It's weird. It's a little bit, the G.I. Joe movie is a little bit like the Transformers movie. Like, I like the start of the G.I. Joe movie, and then the Cobra La stuff comes in. I'm like, oh, there, turn it off. I'm done. It's over, boys. It's over. Every now and again, I'll watch the Cobra La stuff because it's weird, but for the most part, I'm like, yep. XL Head says Cobra Commander's first left to start Cobra with Nemesis Enforcer. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Big Nemesis Enforcer would be very easy to hide from people. Oh well. What a weird way to go. Again, if someone said, "How would you take G.I. Joe?" Would you include the movie Cobra La stuff? I'd be like, no. Do I'd rather do the Deke stuff, right? I'd rather do the weird Deke stuff than I would be willing to do the movie stuff. Because you know why? In the Deke series, they washed Cobra La pretty quickly. We found Cobra Commander. He's a snake person. And now he's a human again. Mostly. There you go. But that's the Transformers Skybound Energon universe. Nice to see we'll have another Transformers Energon quote-unquote series. That'll be another fun one to slide into the books. I'd almost be tempted to just call it Transformers Skybound. It's not a great name for the series, but I'd almost be tempted to do that just to get away from the, you know, more than meets the eye, robots in disguise, Energon, blah, blah, blah kind of trope. Like, well, maybe, I mean, this is early. They don't even know. They don't even know if this is going to get confirmed or anything like that. Axel Hess says, no, he's not a blue-skinned snake man in Skybound. He killed that design in his first few pages. Oh, okay, fair enough. But he is from Cobra La, or he does stuff from Cobra. Either way, like I said, that's not the way I would go. But that's it, boys. That's all the news. I told you there wasn't much. Unless the FW is updated with something from TFcon. Oh, well, they did. Okay, well, I guess we're doing a third party panel. If there is anything. It's all news to me. DNA Designs showed off the DNA Design DK56A. That was the the Menasor upgrade kit for the Legacy animated Menasor figure or Motormaster figure that was available to buy if you wanted to. Make Toys had their shitty ice cream figure, Starscream. Blech. Non-F showed an upgrade kit for Retro Brawn. So if you want to... What is this? It doesn't really say exactly what the upgrade is. I'm guessing it's his... Is it his groin? There's an upgrade for him, though. I'm just not sure what it is. Maybe it gives him claw hands? I think that's what it is. It looks like they give him claw hands. Non-F also had the upgrade kit for... Sideswipe, so you could give him 2 swords, and they had the G2 upgrade kit, so you could give him his 2 giant blasters, his big wheels, and a big sword on his back. A company who I can't read Chinese. They showed off a Bumblebee figure. Is there like a name for this stuff? No, there's no breakdown in the actual company, so that's no good. There is a Bumblebee figure here from a Bumblebee movie. I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like a non-transforming one. Oh, no, I'm a lying bitch. It does transform. Wow, egg on my face. I think this is Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. He has an extra pair of hands or arms to slot over his current hands to make them into the gun hands. Knives, and then the battle mask. The car mode looks quite a bit bitty, like with lots of panels and folding and whatnot. So that's something. And the robot mode, again, looks pretty solid and posable, I suppose. XL Head says, Andy, I recommend you read Cobra Commander's miniseries at the very least. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we could do that for not next week's show, but the show afters, depending on news. Maybe. Kai U Models show off 05 and 06 Mountain and Greenland, which are more train bots, which I feel we've talked about before. Hello, Robot Toys showed off their RTDO2 B-Drill. We have a prototype of it that is not colored. Well, it's silver painted. It's a Wasbinator figure. They have a flat colors Black Beetle, which is RT05, which is Scorponok. It's a Tarantulas. They've got a Cheeto next to him. I think these are these the legend scaled ones? Either way, shows the robot mode and whatnot. These figures look good. The Wasbinator particularly looks good. Oh, no, that's right. Aren't some of them like masterpiece scale, and then some of them are like legend scale? I think that's how it is. I think they look good. Iron Factory? Yes. Iron Factory. Iron Factory show off their drag strip. Let's just say the Stunticons, the samurai Japanese versions of those in CAD, which I feel we've seen before. Yes, we've definitely seen these before. I'm not sure if they showed the combined Menasor mode in the very fancy, ostentatious Menasor mode. And they've also shown off a physical prototype of Cheetor, Ninja Cheetor. So he's got a little ninja hat on, especially in cat mode, which is very cute. He's also got the Shinobi like red scarf effect coming off of his back, which again, that's pretty cute. Oh, that's cool. He comes with like let's call it a Bumblebee face, but again with like the Naruto ninja metal plate thing over his head, and then the Cheetor looking face looks more like a mask that a samurai would wear, right? So it's got that kind of mouth demon grill over the top of the face kind of look. This looks pretty sick. I don't think we've seen many of the Beast Wars, but if I'm Japanized figures for a while, because they showed off the Megatron, they showed off the Black Arachnia. I think this is the first time I've seen the Cheetor. He looks really cool. He looks very cool. I love he has a little silver hat for cat mode. It's very cute. Very cute. He also comes with a few weapons like... Oh, dear. Oh, I don't know what that was. He comes with what seems to be a ninja toe and a shuriken. Very fancy poses. Oh, he comes with kunai as well. He's loaded. Oh, physical prototype of the Megatron Beast Wars Megatron T-Rex Samurai mode. That looks very cool. we saw the CG renders of this ages ago. I think this is the first time seeing. It's the first time I've seen physical prototypes of it. It looks really cool. I almost wish though that the armor was different from the dinosaur skin. The dinosaur skin's a lighter kind of lavender purple, and the armor's a slightly darker purple. I kind of wish that there was a bit more distinction between the two. That would be my complaint there. But he looks neat. Looks neat as heck. Very cool. They've also got him within some cool fighting forms with Prime. The show CG render, excuse me, of Tigertron, who's obviously going to be a retool of Cheetor. Is this a real photo? I think this is a better CG render of their Black Arachnia, which looks really good still. Her boob design has been replaced by a Oni face. The spider mode looks really good, man. This is a... I might have to get this Black Arachnia. She looks really good. Really cool. She's also got like creepy... She's got a mouth of Melina. She's got Melina mouth going on, which is also pretty neat. Yeah, this is a very neat figure. Very, very good. Oh, we talked about this. I'm not going to talk about baby Volcanicus. We've already seen it. We talked about these. We talked about them from Show Z earlier in the show. This was Superion. I'm not going to linger on the Bruticus. We've talked about the Megatron from these guys as well. We talked about that Bumblebee. Craftsman Toys. Craftsman Toys show off, I think, more of their Technobots. I want to say we've seen these Technobots before. But they're showing the whole team, all the boys, and how they combine into Computron. I wasn't a big fan of it before. Still not really in terms of how they look. They show off what appears to be a figure called the DJS-D01A Dragon Warrior. It is not Po from Kung Fu Panda. It seems to be... No, I'm not going to say because I don't think it is Volcanicus. Oh, it's Grimlock. Is it just Grimlock? Yeah, it's just Grimlock. It's like a very mecha anime designed Grimlock. Like I looked at this face and it did not look like Grimlock. It's like in dinosaur mode, it looks a bit like I don't know the Zoid. It looks like the red dragon with the two big cannons on its back Zoid. I think that's what it's going for. It looks like that thing. It does, of course, turn into Volcanicus and has a jaw. Of course it does. They also show off from Craftsman Toys a shark dude who I assume is Ripper Snapper from Abominus. His robot mode's kind of boring, but you can just transform the shark head and have him as a shark head robot mode. Looks like a bit like a gunman from Gurren Lagann. That's pretty cool. And they show... I don't know what this is. They show off a combiner that has shark arm, shark leg. And then the torso looks like Volcanicus. So I'm not quite sure what they're going for there. Magic Square show off, I think, a gift set of the Dinobots. But I want to say they've done these. Right? I want to say we've seen these guys before. I'm not sure. Magic Square show off... Oh, continue to show off with their 6-shot figure, who looks pretty neat. Didn't we get a 6-shot figure? Oh, New Age Toys are doing 6 shots. So if you're like, New Age Toys is a little bit pricey for me, a little bit overly expensive for me, or there's just elements of the design you don't like there, well, Magic Square will probably have a cheaper one here. And maybe the aesthetic for the face and whatnot will be more in your line. I wish there was a close-up of the face. Never mind. And they show off the Blast-Off figure who we've talked about. So we can skip that as well. Blah, 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 blah. Bruticus, yeah, we talked about him too. New Age showed off the Wired figure, which I talked about before. There's also a car in shadow. Like, we see the front of the car mode, but we don't see the rest of it. And it's like, coming soon to New Age Toys. Is it Punch Counter Punch, maybe? I don't know. It's a car. Can't tell. Transbots show off their... It's one of the Omnibots. I don't know my Omnibots too well. It's the Omnibot who has the big window screen boob. It's that one. Transbots have never been a design I like. I think they look weird and kind of cheap. Like a little bit like a KO company, or like a child tried to draw what you did a professional version of. They also showed a scoop. They also showed Teardown, which is a hook. So I guess they're doing Devastator. Whoop-de-doo. Who hasn't? Showed Teardown with a few different faces. He has a standard kind of grumpy face. He has I'm blowing you a kiss face. He has oh no, you've rejected my kiss face. And I'm going to go in for an even deeper smooch face. Is this the same? No, there's two smoochy faces. There's a little bit of a smooch, and then there's like a full-on like a proper snog face. Wow, okay. Interesting. That's for the fangirls out there, I suppose. These are all CAD renders, though. They show off a few faces for Devastator as well. He has sunglasses and not sunglasses. He can store his gun on his arse. You're inclined to do that. And it shows Teardown 43T, which seems to have a bit more of a stylized head design. And what? Yeah, okay, this is a bit more of a toy design. So they've redesigned the head to be a bit more detailed. And then the color scheme is going to be, or the paint scheme is going to be more in line with a toy. Fair enough. They're also doing, there's a lot of Transbot stuff. They're doing 69. Nice. And it's going to be, oh God, what's his name? Oh, it's Scorponok's little robot friend, right? It's that guy. Oh God, what's his name? Oh. Chat, what's his name? Tell me. It's that guy. Chat will tell me and I'll tell you. They're doing him. He is very skinny. And he transforms exactly like the original toy, which is he folds up and holds his arms out and his gun's going. You could have tried a little bit. You could have tried to do something with it. You're doing like a high-end toy. You could probably try and do something with it. A little bit. There's also the gold version that came with Black Zarak. So there's that too. This is the captain type. And then they show Varak, not Valrak, but Varak, which is going to be Scorponok's head. Oh, are they selling? Oh man, they're piecemealing you. Are they selling like Zarak separate from like the main body, and you're going to have to buy Scorponok's body separate to him? Oh man. Oh, that'd be smelly. Fans Hobby show off the Helmsman figure who we talked about. So we don't need to linger on that. They show off all of their figures, which Marksman, Wingman, Helmsman, Huntsman, Hangman. It's nearly all the figures. They've still got a couple. They've got two more? Yeah. They've still got two more Predator jets. They haven't done Falcon. That's Talon. That's Skydive. That's Hangman. Sorry, that's Snare. They haven't done Falcon. Maybe it's only Falcon they haven't done. Maybe. They also show the MB-15F White Naval Commander, which is their Armada Optimus Prime. But what if he was white? White. And what if the Combiner mode was also white? Actually, it looks not too bad, to be honest, in Ultra Magnus colors. Oh, no. I don't think the trailer is in white. Just what does he look like if he's combined with the original figures trailer? There's also Ultra X Load, which is the white version of Overload, the Ultra Magnus Energon recolor of him. They're doing that. That's going to be the MB-20B. So we got some images of that. Also, the little truck dude transforms as well. They show the MB-26B, the purple Star Saber team. That repaint from that team. Those guys. They show you him with Galvatron, as you would expect. Oculamax show off the, what's his name? Hotspot. As usual, Oculamax doing very good looking figures that'll be very expensive. They show off Scrapper, and the Scrapper looks a bit weird, to be honest, but better than the Studio Series one, am I right, boys? I'm right. You don't need to tell me. Oh, their Mixmaster's a bit of an ugly fuck as well, to be honest. He looks a little bit like he's a little fat boy. Maybe this is an issue when you're trying to make it all included. So all of the parts to transform are included in the figure and there's no spare parts. I think that's probably an issue where you have a weird transformer combiner like Devastator. They also showed some remix stuff. So they showed Forte, which is Ramhorn, who I want to say we've seen before, at least in prototype. And the Dimension Bridge, they show the IF04 Alter Beta, which is evil version of Drift. That guy. They've given him his fancy guns and everything like that. He doesn't look too bad. I think in robot mode, he looks a bit bland, but maybe he'll look better painted. Yeah, I think because he's not got any of the gold or the red highlights on him, he's just a bit flat in standard prototype colors. Fantastic model, who I don't know I've heard of. Show off the Rambo, which is a Skids figure. No, Sideswipe figure even. Does he transform? He does transform. If I was to guess, if I was to put money down, chat, I would say that this is a masterpiece scale figure because we don't have enough of them. But this figure has the headlights in the front of the Ferrari pop up. Ooh, I know. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. As usual with masterpiece figures of just standard G1 figures at this point, it's really hard to be enthused and just be like, yep, that's the character. They did Red Alert as well. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just looks like him. They're also doing the Prowl mold. I don't want to say it says Cop, so presumably it's Prowl, but it'll also be Smokescreen and Silver Streak, etc., etc. But this one's Prowl. He's got the police sirens on the top of the car mode. 07. They showed off another version. Yeah, they've shown off all three. Okay, is CG CAD models, at least. So, all right. Yes, that's lots of them. They showed off Turbo, which is a wind charger, so I'm sure Hasbro will be pleased to see that coming out around a similar time as the Studio Series 1. Obviously, it's not the same market. It's just funny. Haha, funny. Yep. He'll go nicely along with their Brawn and their Gears figure. The car mode looks good. They also show... God damn. Oh, this is Fans Toys. I don't know why they were named differently, but the Fans Toys are showing off their Mixmaster figure. Have we not had all of the fucking Constructicons we can ever need? They're going to be doing a Bone Crusher, unsurprisingly, and then that should complete their Devastator. And hopefully there'll never be another Devastator again. They're doing Oceanus, which is going to be a broadside figure, which looks like it'll come in, I don't think 2 flavors, but it looks like you might be able to transform them between like the toy version and the animation model. So that's a neat idea. I'll give you that. The boat mode is apparently, and I'm sure you'll all be like, I want to tell you, who will be 700 millimeters long. That's right. Indeed. And he will also turn into his shit jet mode, which, to be fair, looks less shittier than it usually does. So I'll give you that. This is one of the better ones. The better broadsides. That's all of it, though. That's all of the stuff here. Not a huge amount of really cool things. I did just kind of blow through it, but yeah. I guess that'll do us for this week, guys. Thank you very much for coming on by. I haven't been up to anything of real significance. I've just been painting some Imperial Guardsmen, or attempting to when I had the time. We'll be back next week with Big D covering a toy line. I was thinking which toy line, and I'm like, I don't know. Oh, God. We're running through them, boys and girls. We're running through them. I'll need to think about it. We could either do... It might be Age of Extinction. Oh, God. Oh, God. It might be Age of Extinction we do. Either that or Cyberverse. It can't be Cyberverse, because Cyberverse only had a really tiny deluxe line. This is a problem. We won't be able to do Cyberverse. We won't be able to do Earthspark, because they're like real toys, the deluxe toys. There's just nothing in them. It was so small. There's no point. Fuck. All right, it'll probably be Age of Extinction. Anyway, thanks very much, guys, for coming on by. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy, Rotten Flesh of a Human Being. I'm also on those places most of the week at 10:30 in the evening UK time, streaming and whatnot. We're on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, Twitch, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, and Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Also on the ccbunker.weebly.com, the Moonbase 2 forums. I put stuff on both of them just because for some reason people still seem to go to those places to get the stuff, so you can go there and get the stuff there. And we will be back next week here on YouTube and on Twitch. Time has changed here in the UK, which is why we're an hour later, I guess, than what we were previously. We're here on an evening at 9:30 UK time on a Sunday. Hopefully, I'll see you suckers then. Until next time, have a very good day, good evening, or a good night. And until next time...
I hate them, Gregory! I hate them all!